justice turn very slowly, but they turn nonetheless. Focus on judiciary, big cases being determined. Some of them still continue, especially the murder trial of Albert Ojwang. And we continue with that focus there. So, gentlemen, last week we did not have an opportunity to have the youth perspective on Friday. It was just a day after the by-elections in Ol Kalou. So we were just looking at the win and the direct aftermath of that because the results were announced that Friday morning. But today we get an opportunity for young politicians to discuss what happened in Ol Kalou. Many feel that this was a first, especially for William Ruto. The fact that it has been said up until now that he has never lost an election. And this time round, the DCP, in the next 1 week or so, will have their very first member of parliament from that by-election. Quite a number of discussions. What happens next? Does it mean that this will be replicated across the country? Does it give Rigathi Gachagua a better standing, even in the United Alternative Government? What does it mean for UDA and Kenya Kwanza? Jared,
yes.
What is your first reaction to what we saw in Ol Kalou, especially in the manner and the expression they had that we are going to get the vote and how they went about it?
Thank you very much, Fred. The Ol Kalou by-election has become very special, more so to the sky green or the green party, Yakina Senator Ken Babu. This is their first elected leader, MP. Though they have, I think they have other two MCAs. Four. Okay, I know two. I know two MCAs and now there's one MP. And what makes it special, I don't know why they celebrate. It's like maybe UDA celebrating a win in Uasin Gishu or a win in Eldoret. First, no, the question comes in. First, this was a Jubilee. It was a Jubilee MP who died, and even in previous election, 2022, UDA lost that in Ol Kalou. Again, we were expecting maybe that the DCP, UDA, PRM, and DP, Wiper, and these other political parties, they were going to have a joint candidate. But in Ol Kalou, we saw all of them, I think, field candies from DP. They were around 18.
Seven candidates.
Seven candidates.
There were 9 candidates.
There were 9 candidates.
Rather, so.
And I think from the 9, 8 were from the United Opposition. And we all remember Rigathi Gachagua warning his colleagues in the United Opposition not to step foot in Ol Kalou. First, he wanted to take credit with the Ol Kalou by-election. 2, he wanted to fence it off, all need to appear like this DCP zone. 3, Rigathi Gachagua, leader, is very selfish for himself, not only his party. And again, this also gives us a chance to analyze what is uniting them. From Ol Kalou by-election, we're also seeing that there's nothing common uniting these people, as they call themselves, United or Alternative Government, to come in. You must also remember, in the Ol Kalou election, we have had 10 by-elections. That is for the Senate and National Assemblies. From these 10, apart from coming from ODM, we had won 3 seats. UDA, I think, won 6. I don't know why the Ol Kalou becomes very special, that they have been celebrating all over. To the other day, I think we saw them, the Walitwanga Masuti, the green ones. Some people call them the Grasshopper guys. So it was. I don't know why they're hyping it too much.
So Jared, your biggest problem is that they celebrated the win.
Not they celebrating the win, but at some point we may not equate this Ol Kalou by-election to 2027 election as they're trying to put it.
What about
the
margin?
This litmus paper for 2027.
What about the margin that we saw, the margin of the win there? In all the other by-elections that you've talked about, we've not seen that level of margin. 86% going to one party.
Fred, 2022, UDA that came second lost that seat to Jubilee.
What was the margin?
I can't remember the margin.
Yes.
Jubilee got 100. I think the Jubilee candidate got 100 votes in Ol Kalou.
198.
190 votes in Ol Kalou, which was very, 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 very minimal. We were not expecting such from a party that was holding that position. the win in Ol Kalou and the celebration in Ol Kalou, to some of us, is unnecessary, overhyped unnecessarily. What's the hype over Ol Kalou? If truly DCP believe that the offense Mount Kenya, as I was giving a good example of maybe UDA winning a seat in Eldoret that may be perceived to be a yellow zone, why do you celebrate such in such magnitude?
Okay.
ODM winning in Mombasa, it wouldn't come as a surprise. So if DCP won in Ol Kalou, in Mount Kenya, that they have been saying for the longest time that today is a DCP zone, then what's the celebration that hype that much?
Ken Babu, the question that